All right. So why don't you go ahead and get started in a child's pose. To get into child's pose, you're going to start on hands and knees and bring your knees as wide as your mat, your big toes to touch. Shift your hips down to your heels and walk your hands forward. Inhale, shrug your shoulders toward your ears, and as you exhale, lower your torso down towards the mat. You can release your forehead completely down to the floor, or if you'd like, you can fold your forearms like I am and put your forehead down there. Go ahead and deepen your breath. Inhale, fill up your belly fully and completely with breath. And as you exhale, soften your belly fully. Inhale, fill up your belly and expand your rib cage. Exhale, soften your rib cage, soften. Again, inhale, fill up your belly, expand your rib cage and open your heart. Exhale, soften your heart, your rib cage, and your belly. With each new round of breath, allow yourself to arrive more fully and completely on your back, on your mat. Stay present with your breath and with your body. I also invite you to set intention for today's practice and keep it with you as you move today. Inhale, stretch your arms out in front of you towards the top of your mat. Then exhale, rock forward onto hands and knees. Stack your wrists and shoulders. I'm going to lose my shoes. I don't know why I still have them. Point your feet so the top of your feet are pressing into the mat. Then inhale, lower your belly towards the floor. Lift your heart and your tailbone. Exhale, draw your belly in and round your spine. Again, inhale, lower your belly. Lift your heart. Exhale, draw your belly in around your spine. One more time, inhale, arch your back for cow pose. Exhale, draw your belly in for cats. Come into a neutral spine, and then come up to hands and knees. I'm going to turn to face you, but you can face the top of your mat. We'll inhale your hands behind your head, interlace your fingers. And exhale, draw one elbow towards your ribcage, towards the floor. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale to the side. Inhale, center. Exhale, side. Inhale, center. Exhale, side. We'll do one more on each side. Inhale up. Exhale to the side. Inhale, lift. Exhale to the side. Inhale, return to center. Exhale, bring your arms to your sides. We'll inhale, rotate your body so your left hand reaches towards your right hip and your right hand reaches towards your left. Then exhale, we'll switch, rotating to the other side. Inhale to one side. Exhale to the other. Inhale to one side. Exhale to the other. One more round. Inhale to one side. Exhale to the other. Inhale back to the center and plant your hands on your mat, towards the top of your mat. Walk your knees back into a low plank position. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see my whole body. Then exhale, slowly lower your belly all the way down to the mat. Point your feet towards the wall behind you. Keep your hands by the side of your rib cage and your feet about hip distance apart. Press the tops of your feet into the mat and tuck your tailbone. Inhale, lift your chest off the floor a few inches. Try to keep your shoulder blades hugged together. This is baby cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift your chest, draw your shoulders back, baby cobra. Exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, lift up, shoulders back. Exhale, release. We'll change a little bit this time. Inhale, lift up. And lengthen your arms with just a slight bend in your elbows. This is full cobra pose. Exhale, shift your hips back towards your heels, child's pose again. Inhale, rock forward to hands and knees. Tuck your toes under. And we'll exhale, shift your hips back and up, lengthening your legs for downward facing dog. I've got somewhat of a short stance here, so I'm going to walk my hands forward just a little bit. And if your hamstrings are tight today, bend your knees a bit. That'll help you lengthen your back. Draw your heels towards the mat. This is our first downward facing dog of the practice, so pedal it out. What that means is you alternate bending one knee and then the other. Feel free to rotate your torso, shrug your shoulders. And then pause again in the center. Inhale, lift your heels up off the floor as high as you can. And then exhale, release. Again, inhale, lift your heels high. Exhale, lower them down. One more time. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, lower them down. Then inhale, walk your feet all the way to your hands. You can take them nice and wide. Bend your knees a lot and fold over your legs. And inhale, roll up to standing, reach your arms to the sky, connect your palms together at the top. Exhale, draw your hands to heart center. Inhale, reach your arms to the sky. Then exhale, bend your knees, sit your hips back and down, chair pose. We call that a squat here. Keep your knees bent. Inhale, stretch your arms alongside your ears. Then exhale, fold over your legs again. We'll inhale to lift up halfway. Draw your shoulders back, point your chest forward. Exhale, fold over your legs. Bend your knees. Inhale, roll all the way up to standing. Reach your arms high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Make sure your feet are wide, about hip distance, and tuck your tailbone, squeeze your glutes. We'll inhale, point your heart up towards the ceiling, and you can shift your hips forward any amount, lean your torso back any amount. Remember, there shouldn't be any pain here, so if you feel any pinching, then back off a little bit more. If you want a bit more, lean back more. Big inhale here. And exhale, roll forward. Forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, bend your knees, touch the floor, and take a big step back with your right foot towards the wall behind you. Lower your back knee to the floor. Untuck your back toe. Scissor hug your foot towards your heel to turn on your inner thigh. Lift your torso up, bring your hands to your hips. Remember to draw your left hip back and your right hip forward. Big inhale, stretch your hands up towards the ceiling so your arms reach alongside your ears. Hug your shoulders back and together, expanding through your heart and your ribcage. This is your low lunge. Each exhale, see if you can tuck your tailbone. Draw your left hip back and rotate your right hip forward. If you'd like, find a gentle back bend by reaching back towards the wall behind you. One more inhale here, and we'll exhale, release your hands to the floor. If you have a block, this is a great place to put your right hand on top of the block for a little bit more space. We'll inhale, sweep your left arm forward and up towards the sky, opening to a twist. Exhale, release your hand down. Inhale, sweep your arm forward and up. Exhale, sweep your hand down. One more time, inhale, reach your arm forward and up. Exhale, release your hand down. This time we'll inhale, lift up the back knee, and step your right foot forward, nice and wide again, so you're in your wide forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, rise up, reach your arms to the sky. Exhale, draw your hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, draw your hands to heart center. Inhale, option to back bend, lift your heart, tuck your hips forward. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, bend your knees, touch the floor, and step your left foot back this time. Take a nice big step, lower your back knee and untuck your toe. Scissor hug your knee towards your heel to turn on your inner thigh. And then lift up, bring your hands to your hips. Spin your left hip forward and draw your right hip back. Take a tuck through your rib cage so your back is nice and long. Inhale, shoulders high. Exhale, draw your shoulders back. Stretch your arms alongside your ears, right up towards the ceiling. Remember to keep your side body long. That means you can shrug just a bit towards the ceiling as you draw back. We'll take a few breaths here. Don't forget to square your hips as much as you can. We'll take one more inhale to stretch and reach. Exhale, release both hands to the floor, framing your foot. Left hand on the floor or on your block. We'll inhale, sweep your right arm forward, and then reach it up towards the sky. Open and twist. Exhale, release your hand down. Inhale, reach your right arm forward and up. Exhale, reach your hand down. One more time. Inhale, reach your arm forward, up. Exhale, release your hand down. And both hands on the floor. Tuck your back toes and lift your back knee. Step your left foot forward to meet the right. Fold in. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Option to back bend. Inhale, lift your heart. Option to reach your arms. Exhale, fold over. Inhale, lift up halfway. This time, as you exhale, plant both hands and step both feet to the back of your mat, high plank. Inhale, lengthen through the top of your head. Option to lower your knees if you prefer. You can exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, choose your back bend, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, shift your hips back and up, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths in your downward facing dog, and remember, if this doesn't feel quite right, you can always come to hands and knees, so that's tabletop instead. Inhale, extend your right leg up behind you. See if you can square your hips, point your foot. Exhale, draw your right knee in towards your nose, and then step your foot between your hands. If your foot doesn't make it too far, then go ahead and grab it, slide it forward. Scissor hug your feet to turn on your inner thighs. We'll spin the left heel down to the floor so the outer edge of your foot is parallel to the back edge of your mat. Bring your left hand to your hip. Inhale, sweep your right arm up, straight up towards the sky. See if you can square your hips towards your right foot, so you're facing the top of your mat. This is reverse warrior. Option to deepen your back bend by stretching up and back towards the wall behind you. Spinning your left hip in towards your belly button and your right hip back. One more inhale here. Then exhale, reach both hands over the tops of your feet for warrior two. Gaze over your right fingertips. Your heart is facing the side of the wall, the side wall, while your fingertips are reaching to the front and the back. See if you can ground down into your legs by bending deeper into your right knee. Then inhale, lift your back heel up off the floor. We're going to square the hips towards the top of the mat and sweep both arms forward. Then reach them up towards the sky. Crescent warrior. If your legs are feeling wobbly, mine are too at this point. You're welcome to have a slight bend in your back knee if you need it. But we'll take a few breaths here. Shoulders back, heart lifted, just like we did during that low lunge. One more inhale, stretch and reach. Exhale, frame your foot with your hands, and then step your left foot forward to meet the right. Fold over your legs. Inhale, lift up halfway, point your heart forward. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise up, reach your arms to the sky. Exhale, draw your hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, lift your heart, option to back bend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, touch the floor. Step your, let's see, on the left of that. Spin your back heel down. I think I might have said left last time, right last time I did that. So whichever you haven't done yet. Bring your right hand to your hip and then sweep your left arm forward towards the wall and front to the floor. Square your hips towards the front. This is reverse warrior. Reach your hand up towards the sky. Option to back bend a little bit deeper by reaching your hand back towards the wall behind you and lifting your heart. We'll take a few breaths here. Try to keep a deep bend in your front. Big inhale, stretch and reach. Exhale, reach your hands over the tops of your feet for warrior two, second side. Chest is square towards the side wall, fingertips reach from wall to wall, rising. Ground down into your feet. Imagine that you're rooted into the ground and you're pulling energy from the floor into your legs up through your heart. Big inhale here. Exhale, sweep your right arm forward to meet the left and lift your back heel up to square your hips to the front. Right knee can bend just slightly, reach your arms to the sky. Crescent warrior. Take a few breaths here. Make sure to keep the deep bend in your front knee. One more inhale, stretch and reach. Exhale, frame your foot with your hands and step your right foot forward, fold over your legs. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, reach your arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, optional back bend. Shift your hips forward, heart. Exhale, round forward, folding. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, plant both hands to the floor, step your feet back to downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here in your downward facing dog. Notice if your hips are starting to feel more open than they did at the beginning. We're going to take one more round on each side a little bit faster this time. So inhale, stretch your right leg high to the sky. Exhale, step your foot forward between your hands. Spin your back heel down and bring your left hand to your hip. Inhale, lift up, reach your right arm towards the sky and up towards the wall behind you. Exhale, bring your hands over your feet for warrior two. Inhale, sweep your left arm forward, square your hips to the front, and reach your arms to the sky. We'll exhale, release your hands to frame your foot, step your left foot forward to meet the right, fold in. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach up, lift up high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, optional back bend. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, plant your hands and step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, extend your left leg up behind you. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Spin your back heel down. Right hand to your hip. Inhale, lift up, reach your left arm up and back. Reverse warrior. Exhale, reach your hands over the tops of your feet for warrior two. Inhale, sweep your right arm forward, back heel off the floor, and then reach your arms to the sky for crescent warrior. Exhale, release your hands down to frame foot, step your right foot forward to meet the left, fold in. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, reach your arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more time, optional back bend. Tuck your tailbone, inhale, reach. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step both feet back to high plank. Option to lower your knees. Inhale, lengthen through the top of your head. Exhale, lower down halfway. Inhale, lift your heart, choose your back bend. Exhale, shift your hips back to downward facing dog. Take a big breath in here, slip your shoulders. Exhale, release, soften your hands. Go ahead and lower your knees down to the mat. Tabletop position, wrists and shoulders stacked. Draw your tummy in nice and tight so you have a neutral spine. Tuck your right foot under. And inhale, kick your left foot back behind you. As you exhale, bend your left knee. You're going to open and stack the hips so your left foot goes back towards the wall behind you. And then very slowly, if you feel uncomfortable here, we can lift that left hand off the floor to your hip. If you're feeling wobbly, totally normal. If you want a little bit more, you're welcome to grab hold of that left foot. If you'd like to try kicking it up towards the ceiling to get a deeper stretch. Take a big inhale here, and then exhale, release your hand, square your hips and land your knee. Go ahead and rock side to side, shift your hips from one side to the other. That's nice to be perfect. Then return to center, tuck your left toes under. You're gonna inhale, kick your right foot back behind you, then bend your knee. From here, we're gonna open and stack the hips. So your right foot is aimed back, your hips are square to the one side. If you feel okay here, lift the right hand off the floor. Option to grab hold of that right foot, I recommend the inner edge. And then kick your foot up towards the ceiling and lengthen that leg. Try to firm your tummy so there's as little arching in your back as possible. If you feel wobbly here, I do too. You may not be able to see me shaking, but I am. We'll take a few more rounds of breath. Big inhale here. And then exhale, square your hips. Release your hand, release your knee. Rotate your hips from one side to the other. We've got one more for you here, one more fun pose. Come onto your knees into a kneeling position. I want you to inhale, step your right foot forward in front of you, so your hips and your left knee stack. You can keep your back foot pointed so the top of your foot is on the floor. From here, you will bring your left hand back towards your foot. So you can tuck your toe under and that will bring your heel closer to you, or you can keep your foot pressed and reach down towards that heel. Turn your chest to the side so you can get, and if you need your block, you can always put your hand on your block instead. From here, rotate your heart up towards the sky. Draw your shoulders back and lift your chest. This might feel like enough for you here, or if you want, you can raise that right arm up towards the sky. This is our kneeling warrior, the genuflecting warrior. Option to stay here, or you can actually reach that right hand back towards this foot. One more big inhale. As you exhale, we'll come out the way we came in. Sweep your arms down. Bring your leg back and shake your hips around. Inhale back to that kneeling position. Step your left leg forward this time. Tuck your tailbone, and you can either keep that back foot flat or tuck your toe. Hips are square to the front. Reach back with your right hand and rotate your chest to the side. From here, spin your chest towards the front of your mat. Option to stay here with your hand on your hip, or reach your left arm up towards the sky. An option to stay here, or you can grab hold of your foot with your other hand. Sometimes it's hard to find. Take a few more rounds of breath. Inhale here, then exhale will come out the way we came in. Hands to the ground, leg back, shift your hips around. We'll sit one hip down to the floor and swing your legs out in front of you. Inhale here, lift your heart. And exhale, slowly roll all the way back to the floor. I'm gonna have you grab hold of the bottoms of your feet and put your feet together so your knees are nice and wide. We'll butterfly your feet to the ground so your knees are wide apart. If you have blocks, you can put them under your thighs for support, or rest your hands on top of your thighs. They're a little bit more weight. Take a big inhale, draw your shoulders back and apart. Exhale, release. Feel vibration in your thighs and your glutes and your hips. Completely normal, especially after working them as hard as we have. Press the knife edges of your feet into the floor. Inhale, lift your hips up off the floor for just a moment in that butterfly position. Exhale, release. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Extend your left leg out in front of you so your foot comes to the floor. And draw your right knee across your body for your twist. And reach your right arm out behind you. Here. Inhale, draw your knees back to the center, hug them both in. And exhale, extend your right leg out in front of you. Draw your left knee across your body. Left arm out to the side for your twist. Here, go ahead and find your breath. Remember to soften your shoulders, soften your hips as you hold this position. Inhale back to the center, hug both knees in. We'll stretch both legs straight up in the air. From here, you can cactus your arms or extend your arms out behind you for a deeper stretch. Just lifting the feet up. This is called legs up the wall pose. You actually have a wall that you can put your buttocks up against, and they feel really good here. Otherwise, if you're in the middle of the floor like I am, just feel free to extend your legs up. It's nice to get upside down. You have a slight bend in your. You just feel the weight of your legs coming down. Take one more full inhale here. Stretch your fingers further above your head. As you exhale, bend your knees. Slide both legs out in front of you. Separate your feet nice and wide. Inhale, full stretch in your body. And then exhale, slide your arms along your sides, palms facing the ceiling. Put a slight connection to your shoulder blade. Inhale, open and expand your heart. Fill up your belly with your chest. Exhale, soften your chest. You're good. Gently flutter your eyes closed. We'll move into final Shavasana. We're going to take the next couple of minutes to do nothing. So as you lay here, focus your attention entirely on your breath. Allow any sounds to fade away from your awareness, and any thoughts, set them aside for now. Let yourself become fully and completely relaxed, soothed by the sound of your breath. Release any tension in your muscles. Simply allow yourself to dive deeper into softness. Slowly begin to bring some attention back to your fingers and your toes, wiggling them gently. And gently shake your head from side to side as if thinking. Inhale, stretch your arms overhead. And exhale, walk your feet in towards your torso. Roll to one side, resting your head on. Stay there for a breath or two. Then gently press yourself to a comfortable seated position. We'll close our practice with a full round of breath together. So when you're ready, bring your hands to heart center and exhale all the air from your belly. Inhale, sweep your arms up. And exhale, release. May your life be filled with peace, with joy, with love, with light. Namaste.